The game has always been known for making bold statements. A figure who gained fame through controversy and lyrical battles, he is once again igniting discussions in the hip-hop community. This time, the topic isn't a diss track or a social media spat, but rather a ranking that places Kendrick Lamar, one of the most critically acclaimed rappers of this generation, lower than the legends who came before him. According to the game, Kendrick ranks fourth on the West Coast rap hierarchy, with Snoop Dogg sitting above him. Welcome to celebrity rap life, where the red carpets never roll up and the spotlight never fades. The rewards are legendary. Because in celebrity rap life, every downfall can become a comeback, and every headline tells a deeper story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next. To grasp the significance of this claim, it's important to recognize what Kendrick Lamar symbolizes, not only for Compton but for the culture at large. He is a Pulitzer Prize winner, a Grammy Award recipient, a cultural commentator, and an unparalleled lyricist. Yet, the game, who also hails from Compton and was once regarded as a leading figure in West Coast rap after the Death Row era, has a different perspective. When the game revealed his list of the 100 greatest West Coast rappers, it quickly generated buzz. Topping the list is Tupac, a choice that most would agree with given his legendary status. Snoop Dogg follows at number 2, with Ice Cube at 3. Kendrick appears at number 4, just behind the game himself. This list is the kind that makes people pause. Snoop ranked above Kendrick? The game ahead of Dr. Dre? Kid Ink over Earl Sweatshirt? The discussion extends beyond music. It raises questions about how we define greatness. To fully comprehend this moment, we must consider the game's perspective. In many respects, this list seems personal. It's not just about ranking artists, it reestablishes the game's voice in a West Coast narrative he believes he helped shape. For years, he has expressed feeling overlooked by the industry, often overshadowed by artists deemed more politically correct or commercially viable. When Kendrick rose to fame with Good Kid, Mad City, it marked an unspoken transition. A new king of Compton had emerged. This shift likely isn't easy for someone like The Game, who made his mark in hip-hop with the documentary, faced off against 50 Cent and G-Unit at their peak, and has remained relevant in the rap scene for 2 decades. While Kendrick was celebrated as a generational talent, The Game found himself entangled in legal issues, label conflicts, and personal controversies, which have only intensified in recent years. Most recently, The Game made headlines for having to sell his $4 million mansion in Calabasas due to a legal ruling related to a 2016 sexual assault case. The court ruled in favor of Priscilla Rainey, who accused The Game of misconduct during the filming of his VH1 reality dating show, She's Got Game. After The Game failed to engage in the legal process, a default judgment of over $7 million was issued against him. For years, he tried to evade payment, claiming the house belonged to JTT Holdings, a company in which he held shares. However, the court recognized that the company was merely a facade and ruled that the mansion could be confiscated and sold. The sale is currently underway, but the $4 million asking price won't fully cover the debts owed. This turmoil has overshadowed the game's recent actions. Perhaps that's part of the reason for the existence of this list, to alter the narrative, even if just for a moment. To remind people of his identity. To reinsert himself into the news with something he can influence, his viewpoint. However, choosing Snoop over Kendrick is a bold statement. Snoop Dogg is undeniably a legend. From his iconic album, Doggy Style, to his recent ventures in cannabis, technology, and media, his brand is larger than life. But when it comes to pure rap talent, lyrical intricacy, storytelling depth, and cultural significance in today's world, Kendrick arguably stands apart. By ranking Snoop above Kendrick, The Game demonstrates a respect not only for music but also for longevity, personality, and cultural significance. Snoop's impact spans generations, industries, and even countries. Yet Kendrick's influence runs deeper. In the past decade, he has released consecutive classics, managed to dominate the mainstream while challenging its narratives, and addressed issues like gang violence, systemic racism, fame, addiction, and spirituality, without ever sounding preachy. He transformed the chaos of Compton into art that resonates with millions. That said, The Game is not mistaken in acknowledging the legends who came before. Tupac's status at the top remains largely uncontested. Ice Cube's contributions with NWA and as a solo artist laid the groundwork for West Coast gangsta rap. Snoop Dogg brought charisma, style, and a distinctive sound. These figures are legends in every sense. But Kendrick, he is a living legend, evolving in real time. And that's where the debate arises. Interestingly, the game's list includes not only the expected names but also surprises that reveal how personal and unique his criteria are. Tyler, the creator, one of the most innovative artists of the last decade, is ranked at 14. Meanwhile, will.i.am is placed above TDE members like J-Rock and Absol. Kid Ink is ranked higher than Earl Sweatshirt or Glasses Malone. These rankings aren't objective. They reflect the game's tastes, loyalties, and views on legacy. And that's what makes it intriguing. It's not about whether the game is right or wrong. It's about his reminder that this culture thrives on opinions, challenges, and disruptions. In a genre where rankings fuel every off-season and dorm room debate, the game has entered the conversation with a list that invites discussion. As for Kendrick, he hasn't responded at all. Not that we would expect him to, that's not his style. He doesn't feel the need to defend his position. He allows his work to speak for itself, which includes the recent track, Not Like Us. The hit battle anthem directly targeting Drake has secured its place among the legendary diss tracks. It's a song that not only wins feuds but also alters the course of history, something even Snoop Dogg never quite achieved. Currently, the game finds himself estranged from several alliances. He was once a staunch supporter of Kanye West, standing by him during his most controversial times. However, that relationship has now soured. Reports indicate that Kanye felt betrayed when the game was seen with Toronto rapper Top 5, who allegedly made threats against him. In retaliation, the game took to Instagram, expressing his anger. "Forget you and your Maybachs, little ninja emoji. I'll be back in LA in a week. Come get them yourself. I never asked your strange self for anything, and when you gave me the cars, I said I was fine without them, but you insisted." This outburst was quintessential game, defiant, passionate, and unrestrained. This kind of intensity is what keeps him an intriguing figure. You may not always agree with him, but he compels you to pay attention. Perhaps that's the essence of it all. In a time when Kendrick is dominating the charts, selling out the Grand National Tour, and working on collaborations with Clips and possibly Jay-Z, the game is finding alternative ways to stay relevant. By stirring up controversy and presenting provocative viewpoints, he remains in the conversation. Hip-hop is fundamentally about dialogue, disagreement, and conflict, a dynamic arena of talent, perspectives, and interpretations. Snoop Dogg may be the godfather, Kendrick the prophet, and the game the gladiator, battle-scarred but still fighting. So, maybe the discussion isn't really about who is the best. Perhaps it's about who continues to strive for recognition. In that regard, the game has already succeeded, as we are once again talking about him. And that's all he ever wanted. This story is far from over, and the truth is still unfolding. I want to hear what you think. Drop your take in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next twist, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next.